Good morning all. In our today's class we are going to discuss about the problems of nuclei and the probability of asking problems in this chapter is 50-50 because atoms and nuclei are twin chapters for problems. Okay, they may ask problems in atoms or in nuclei, but out of these two chapters they must be asked any one problem in your examination. Okay, so the problem asking in your examination has a chance of 50-50. Okay, let us discuss about the problems of nuclei, and the first problem is calculate the binding energy and binding energy per nucleon in million electron volts of a nitrogen nucleus from the following data. Mass of a proton is equal to 1.00783 units. Mass of a neutron is equal to 1.00867 unit, and mass of nitrogen nucleus is equal to 14.00307 units. Actually, this question was asked in your March 2014 question paper. The problem which I am going to solve now is 2014's question paper problem. Okay, and once again I am going to repeat the problem. Calculate the binding energy and binding energy per nucleon of nitrogen nucleus from the following data. Mass of a proton is equal to 1.00783 units, and mass of a neutron is equal to 1.00867 units. Mass of a nitrogen nucleus is equal to 14.00307 units. Now what we have to calculate here is binding energy and binding energy per nucleon. Okay, the given data will be like this, that is mass of a proton is equal to MP is equal to 1.00783 units, and mass of a neutron is equal to 1.00867 units, and mass of a nitrogen nucleus is equal to 14.00307 units. And for nitrogen atom, we know atomic number Z is equal to 7 and mass number is equal to 14. For nitrogen, N714, that is atomic number is equal to 7 and mass number is equal to 14. Actually, these are the given data for our problem, and the solution will be like this. Here what we want to calculate is, that is binding energy and binding energy per nucleon. We have to calculate here is binding energy and binding energy per nucleon. Actually, these are the things which we have to calculate. If you want to calculate this binding energy, before calculating this binding energy we have to calculate mass defect, then only it is easy to calculate binding energy of the nucleus. Here the expression for binding energy delta M is equal to MP into Z, MP into Z plus Mn into A minus Z minus capital M. Actually, this is the expression for mass defect, that is delta M. Delta M is equal to Z into MP plus A minus Z into Mn minus M. If we substitute the values of these things, then we can easily calculate mass defect. Now let us see how we are going to substitute the values. That is delta ms is equal to, what is MP? that is mass of the proton 1.00783 into Z. What is Z here? 7 plus Mn. Mn is how much? 1.00867. 1.00867 into A minus Z. Here we have A is equal to 14, Z is equal to 7. 14 minus 7 is also equal to 7. And M. What is the value of capital M here? That is 14.00307. 14.00307 is the value of mass of a nitrogen nucleus. Then if we calculate all these things, what we will get here is 1.00783 into 7 is equal to 7.05481. 7.05481 plus 7 into 1.00867 is equal to 7.06069. 7.06069 minus 14.00307. If we add these two, what we will get here is, that is 14.1155. 14.1155 minus 14.00307. If we subtract 14.00307 from 14.11155, then what we will get here is, that is 0.11243. 0.11243. 0.11243. This is units. Actually, this is the value of delta M. Delta M is equal to, that is mass defect is equal to 0.11243 units. Now here what we have to calculate is, that is binding energy. Actually, what is the expression for binding energy? Binding energy is equal to delta M into C square. Actually, this is the expression for binding energy. Delta M into C square. What is C here? Actually, C is velocity of light in vacuum. In case of binding energy, that is velocity of light in vacuum. But here, for mass of 1 unit, what is U here? That is unified mass, atomic mass, or atomic mass unit. Unified mass unit or atomic mass unit, that is U is. Okay. For mass of 1 unit, that is equal to binding energy is equal to 1 unit into 931.5 million electron volt. For mass of 1 unit, binding energy is equal to 1 unit into 931.5 million electron volt. But for mass of delta M units, for mass of delta M units, binding energy is equal to delta M unit into 931.5 million electron volt. Binding energy is equal to delta M into 931.5 million electron volt. Now, if we calculate binding energy in terms of mass defect, what we will get here is, that is delta M is 0.11243 into 931.5 million electron volt. If we calculate that, binding energy is equal to 0.11243 into 931.5 MeV, that is million electron volt. If we multiply these two, what we will get here is, that is 104 0.7285 million electron volt. Binding energy is equal to 104.7285 million electron volt is the actual value of binding energy of a nucleus. Now, what we have to calculate is binding energy per nucleon. How we can calculate that? Binding energy per nucleon is, that is Be divided by A, or we can also call this as Eb divided by A. Here Eb is also nothing but binding energy. E suffix B is equal to binding energy per nucleon, that is Eb by A. What is the value of Eb here? That is 104.7285. This is equal to 104.7285 million electron volt divided by A. What is the mass number here? Mass number is equal to 14. That is 104 divided by 14 is equal to, that is approximately 7.4806. 7.4806 million electron volt or mega electron volt is the value of a binding energy per nucleon. Here what they have given is mass of the proton, mass of the neutron, and mass of the nitrogen nucleus. This is the atomic number of a nitrogen. This is mass number of a nitrogen. What we have to calculate here is binding energy and binding energy per nucleon. If you want to calculate binding energy, initially we should know the value of mass defect. Therefore, we have calculated mass defect here using the formula Z into Mp plus A minus Z into Mn minus M. By using this formula, we have got delta M, that is mass defect, as 0.11243 units. That is atomic mass unit or unified mass unit. Here binding energy is equal to delta M into C square. But for one mass unit, for a mass of one atomic unit, binding energy is equal to 1 unit into 931.5 million electron volt. Okay. But for delta M units, we have binding energy is equal to delta M into 931.5 million electron volt. Actually, if we multiply 0.11243 into 931.5, what we have got here is 104.7285 million electron volt. And binding energy per nucleon is equal to 104.7285 divided by 4. Here A is nothing but mass number of a nitrogen nucleus. That is 14. 7.4806 million electron volt is the value of a binding energy per nucleon. This is how we have calculated our problem, and this question was asked in your March 2014 question paper. Okay. And the next problem is, when a neutron bombards with uranium-235, the fission fragments released are barium-141 and krypton-92. Find the radii of nuclei of these two fragments, where the given constant is R0 is equal to 1.3 Fermi. Once again I am going to explain the problem. When a neutron bombards with uranium-235, the fission fragments released are barium-141 and krypton-92. Find the radii of nuclei of these two fragments. R0 is equal to 1.3 Fermi. Now here what we have to calculate is, we have to calculate the radius of barium and krypton. Okay. In this question we have to calculate the radius of barium and krypton. Let us see how we can calculate that. What is the expression for nuclear radius? The expression for nuclear radius is equal to, that is uh, actually before going to that we have to write the given constants. The given constants are R naught is equal to 1.3 Fermi. What is Fermi? Fermi means that is 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. Fermi here is 10 to the power of minus 15 meter, and the other given constants are barium 141 and krypton 92. Actually the mass number of a barium is equal to 141 and mass number of a krypton is equal to 92. Actually these are the given constant. What we have to calculate here is radius of a barium and radius of a krypton. What we have to calculate here is radius of a krypton and radius of a barium. For that we have to write a formula first. What is the formula actually? That is R is equal to R naught into A to the power of 1 divided by 3. Actually this is the formula to find out the radius of a nucleus. Our nuclear radius formula is equal to R is equal to R naught A to the power of 1 divided by 3. Here R is the radius of a nucleus. That is for barium and krypton we have to use the same formula. Here A is mass number and we know that R naught is a constant. That is 1.3 into 10 to the power of minus 15. Using all this, what we have to calculate here is, that is the value of radius of barium and krypton. For that initially what I will do is R of barium is equal to R naught 1.3. We have to write 1.3 as it is because the radius of a nucleus should be in terms of Fermi only. That is why I have keep this as 1.3 Fermi only. Okay. Here I am not writing any 10 to the power of minus 15. What is the mass number of barium? That is 141 into 10 to the power of 141 to the power of 1 divided by 3. Here we have to consider this 141 to the power of 1 divided by 3 as x. If we consider x is equal to 141 to the power of 1 divided by 3, then we have to take log on both the sides. If we take log on both the sides, what it will become? Log of x is equal to log of 141 to the power of 1 divided by 3. Now we know that log x to the power of n can be written as n into log x. Log x to the power of n can be written as n into log of x. Then what it will become? This is 1 divided by 3 into log of 141. If we calculate the value of log 141, what it will be? That is log of 141 is equal to 2.1492. Log of 141 is equal to 2.1492. Log of 141 is equal to 2.1492. Here what we have is, that is log x. Okay, that is 2.1492 divided by 3. 2.1492 divided by 3 is equal to 0.7164. 0.7164 is the value of x. Next, if we send this log to the another side of the equation, what it will become? This is x is equal to anti-log of 0.7164. Anti-log of 7164, that is x is equal to 5.205. Here what we have got, x is equal to 5.205. Initially what we have assumed is x is equal to 141 to the power of 1 divided by 3. If we substitute the value of 141 to the power of 1 divided by 3 as 5.205, what we will get here is, that is, radius of barium is equal to 1.3 into 5.205. Here what we have is 1.3, 141 to the power of 1 divided by 3 as 5.205. If we multiply these two, what we will got here is, that is 6.7665. 6.7665 Fermi. Radius of a barium is equal to 6.7665 Fermi. Actually, this is the radius of a barium nucleus. Here what we have got is the radius of a barium nucleus. Now what we have to calculate is radius of a krypton. Radius of a krypton is equal to how much? That is, R is equal to R naught into a to the power of 1 divided by 3. Here R is radius of krypton, R naught is 1.3, and what is the mass number of a krypton? That is 92. Mass number of a krypton is 92. 92 to the power of 1 divided by 3. If we follow the same procedure as we done to calculate the radius of a barium, we will get the radius of a krypton. That is, x is equal to 92 to the power of 1 divided by 3. If we assume like that, log x is equal to, that is, log of 92 to the power of 1 divided by 3. Log x to the power of n is equal to n into log of x. We know that. And what is log of 92? Log of 92 is equal to 1.9638. 1.9638 is the value of log of 92. 1.9638 divided by 3 is equal to 1.9638 divided by 3 is equal to 0.6548. 0.6546. 0.6546. Actually, this is the value of log x. What we want here is x. Therefore, we have to calculate anti-log of 0.6546. What is the value of anti-log of 0.6546? That is equal to 4.514. 4.514. If we substitute the value of x here, what we will get? That is, R krypton is equal to 1.3 into 4.514. 1.3 into 4.514. If we multiply 1.3 with 4.514, here what we will got is 5.868. Actually, this is the value of a krypton. The value of radius of a barium is equal to 6.7665 Fermi, and radius of a krypton is equal to 5.8682 Fermi. If we do, or if we solve our problem like this, we will get 5 marks easily. Actually, we are using only one formula, that is R is equal to R naught a to the power of 1 divided by 3. Actually, here we are considering x as a x as a to the power of 1 divided by 3 as a supporting equation. Okay, this is how we are going to calculate the problems. And the next problem is, assuming that 4 H2 nuclei, each of mass 1.00728 units, combine to form a helium nucleus mass of 4.00150 unit and two positrons of each of mass 0.000548 units. Find the energy released. Okay, actually in this question what he has given is the equation. Okay, 4 hydrogen atom or 4 H2 atoms are combining to give a helium along with two positrons. Now what we have to calculate the energy. Here we have to calculate the energy released. For that what we have to do is we have to assume a equation first. Which kind of equation we have to assume? That is 4 H2 atom are combining to give helium nucleus along with that two positrons. That is 2 into that is 2 positron. Actually this is the equation which he has given, and the given data are mass of a hydrogen nuclei is equal to mass of H2 nucleus. Mass of H2 nucleus is equal to 1.00728. 1.00728 units, and mass of helium nucleus is equal to 4.00150 unit, and mass of a positron that is 0.000548 units. What we have to calculate here is that is binding energy, that is energy released per nucleon, that we have to calculate. That is find the energy released. That is we have to calculate binding energy here. For that what we have to do is initially we have to calculate the mass defect. We know that here mass defect is, if you want to calculate the mass defect, that is delta M is equal to mass of the reactants minus mass of the products. Actually this is the reactant and this is the product. Mass of a reactants minus mass of the products. Actually this is the expression to find out the mass defect here. What is the mass of the reactants? That is 4 into H2 add. 4 into H2, that is 4 into, what is the value of H2? Mass of H2 is equal to 1.00728 units. 728 units. That is minus mass of products. Mass of products is what? That is helium nucleus and 2 positrons here. That is mass of a product 2 helium. That is mass of the helium is equal to 4.00150 unit plus products, mass of the products. Here we have to add within the brackets. Okay. That is 2 into, here we have 2 into positrons. That is why we can write 2 into the mass of a positron is equal to 0.000548 units. Actually this is how we have to calculate the value of mass defect. For that, now initially we have to multiply 2 into 0.000548 000548, and we have to add this with 4.00150. Then we have to subtract this whole thing by 4 into 1.00728. Okay, what is 4 into 1.00728? That is 4.0291. Delta M is equal to 4 into 1.00728 is equal to 4.0291 minus, here what we have is 4.00150 plus 2 into 0.000548. First 2.000548 is equal to something. If we add this whole thing to this, what we have got here is, that is 4.25986. That is 2.9596. Sorry, 4.002596. Actually, this is the value of this whole thing, 4.002596. If we subtract 4.002596 by 4.0291, what we will get here is, that is approximately 0.0265. That is delta M is equal to 0.0265 units. Now what we have to calculate here is binding energy. Actually, we know that in terms of delta M, that is binding energy in terms of delta M is equal to delta M into 931.5 million electron volt. For 1 unit, that is equal to 1 into 931.5 million electron volt. In terms of delta M units, that is delta M into 931.5 million electron volt. Now, if we substitute the value of delta M here, that is 0.0265 into 931.5 million electron volt, what we will get here is, that is 931.5 into 0.0265 is equal to 24.6847. 24.6847 million electron volt is the binding energy of this equation. Okay, for this particular equation, what is the energy released? What is the amount of energy released when 4H2 atom gives rise helium-24 along with the 2 positron, and the energy released is 24.6847 million electron volt. Actually, this is the expression for nuclear fusion reaction. Okay, in nuclear fusion reaction, 4 hydrogen atoms are giving helium-24 along with the 2 positrons with enormous amount of energy, and that energy is 24.6847 million electron volt. Okay, actually this is how we are calculating the problems, and the remaining problems of this chapter can be done in tomorrow's session. Okay, thank you.